Good afternoon and welcome to BBC News. The Conservative candidate for South Thanet in Kent, Craig McKinley, has been charged with offences relating to his election expenses in the run-up to the last general election. The Crown Prosecution Service said that Mr McKinley, who's standing again on June the 8th, and two other Tory party workers will face charges under the Representation of the People Act. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Nigel Farage.
Craig McKinley.
It was one of the big Conservative wins in the last general election, stopping Nigel Farage in South Thanet. Their candidate, Craig McKinley, won by just under 3,000 votes, after talking during the campaign of all the support he'd had from big-name politicians.
We've brought so many powerful members of the government team down here to show that I'm part of a very strong team.
But today, Craig McKinley, who's standing for re-election, was charged with making a false declaration of the money he spent on his campaign. Also charged his agent, Nathan Gray, and Marion Little, a Conservative Party headquarters campaign specialist, accused of aiding and abetting the other two. This was the moment Nigel Farage found out about the charges while he was out campaigning this morning.
You're joking? Oh my good Lord. Right, that's big news. OK, thank you. Craig McKinley has just been charged. Once again, it is bad judgment from Theresa May. You know, why on earth would you allow someone to go ahead as a general election candidate when this cloud was clearly hanging over him? And I think it will, there'll be questions.
It was not the big-name politicians that all passed through South Thanet 2 years ago that have led to this case. It was the thousands of pounds spent on hotels for party activists, disclosed by Channel 4 News. These were picked up by the National Party and put on their expenses return. But police have been investigating whether in fact they should have been entered on Craig McKinley's local campaign expenses, an investigation that has now led to him being charged.
The Conservative Party continues to believe that these allegations are unfounded. Craig McKinley is innocent until proven guilty, and he remains our candidate.
Craig McKinley has said he will continue to fight for re-election, standing in this general election while accused of declaring false expenses in the last. Daniel Sandford, BBC News.
Perhaps worth mentioning, Nick Timothy also spent most of the general election campaign in the South Thanet constituency. Am I pleased that somebody's been charged? Yes. My only regret is there aren't quite a lot more of them, because I personally believe that the law was being broken wholesale in by-elections and in the general election in all their key target seats. What does it mean? Well, effectively, what it means in that constituency is that whilst his name will stay on the ballot paper, I think the chances of people voting for him are now very slim. So I think that constituency will be a straight fight now between UKIP and the Labour Party, and I will be there tomorrow afternoon giving a speech at 5 o'clock to support our candidate.
Big Man Tyrone here. Make sure to subscribe to the wicked awesome Robin Hood UKIP YouTube website. He exposes the leftist crops on the British brainwashing corporation. Nice.